Hello, I am Cameron, and today we have a new story full of chills and great details. It was summer, June to be precise. I remember thinking that it was a little humid. It were just a walk around town. So simple. My name is Gabriel, and I guess this is the story of how I met. Whatever that this is. We were just a couple of kids, bored with not much of anything exciting to do. It was maybe 9 o'clock at night when it all started. My friend Brianna and I were just making our way home from the other side of town. She was a particularly peppy girl, very energetic, and had an interesting fascination with darker themes. I was just happy to be in her company. She was fun. Hardly a dull moment with that one. That's probably what I'll miss most about her. Roughly 20 minutes into our journey home, we saw something strange. It was an old man, clearly homeless. He was sprawled on a street corner. Brianna walked up to him. I told her not to go over, but she never listens. He wasn't dead. Not yet anyways. I said I would call the police, but the man just said no. Barely coherent. You don't understand. He'll find you. That thing. He spoke between spitting out blood. Brianna directed her cell phone flashlight at the man, only to see two pinch marks on him. One on his right cheek, and the other on his right arm. Oh, and there was also a stab wound in his side that was also a thing. I told Brianna that we had to do something, but it was like she couldn't hear me. I saw her lean into the old man's ear as he whispered something to her with his last breath, and just like that, he fell over. Brianna walked back to me, clearly shaken up by the ordeal. I asked her if she was all right, and what he has said to her. She simply replied,
Pinch, pinch, stab.
Pinch, pinch, stab. I was at a loss for words. This strange man we've never seen before has just whispered some strange cryptic phrase into my friend's ear, and I've no idea what it meant. Hell, if it had any meaning at all. I didn't call the police. I was worried they would link it to us somehow, so we thought it best to go home before anything else. Maybe 15 minutes passed and I was just worried, still thinking about what Brianna said. That whole pinch pinch stab thing was really getting to me. I was thinking about this when we started someone whisper something. It was faint and unclear at first, but it gradually got louder and clearer.
I'm gonna pinch you. I'm gonna pinch and stab you. Pinch. Pinch, pinch, stab. That's the order. Pinch, stab. Pinch, pinch, stab.
MMA pinch ya. Then I MMA pinch ya again. Then stab. Stab, yes. It was very strange to say the least. Given everything that had happened thus far, I was now under the correct assumption that we were being followed. We decided it would be best if we sped up our pace. As we were moving onward, things started getting stranger. Bushes would rustle. Branches would break off of nearby trees. Nothing lethal, just eerie. As we were making a turn, we saw something. At first I thought it was a man given the silhouette, with a strange limp of some sort. He seemed hurt, so we went over. I thought maybe he was another person who had been injured, like the old man, but upon farther inspection, as we got closer, it looked straight at us and two bright lights were now facing us and we could make out the entirety now. What I had assumed to be normal legs were actually two sets of 8 sharp, spindly-looking appendages that were covered in some sort of thick, what I can only describe as an exoskeleton. We were mortified by what we saw, but at the same time, far too curious to just run. Light in full view of the creature. It was terrifying. Its torso resembled that of a human's besides the shell, if its entire body wasn't covered with that sickening reddish-orange armor. Its arms, or I suppose what should have been its arms were what fascinated me the most. Its right arm had a claw attached to it. The creature could probably pick up an average-sized cat with it, and on its left, a 5-fingered shell skin hand complete with opposable thumb. We moved on to the head. It had a misshapen head. It had massive mandibles in front of its small mouth. But the part that will ever leave me, not even in my dreams, were its eyes. Those massive, glowing, yellow eyes, no pupils, like if a moth's eyes fused with a truck's headlights. Never blinking, all the while muttering to itself, I'm gonna
pinch you, then pinch again. Then I'm going for the stab.
pinch ya, then pinch again. Then I am going for the stab. I almost felt sorry for it. That's when things went downhill, very fast. So fast, it suddenly sprinted out towards us. Before I could even react, it pinched me and Brianna with its claw and took off. It was just a small little mark on my neck, and a small mark on Brianna's face. We couldn't figure out where the thing had gone. We started running as fast as we could to get back to Brianna's house. But sure enough, we could hear the click-clacking of those disgusting sharp legs, and the ever-constant I'm
gonna pinch you. Pinch you. Stab. Pinch.
pinch ya, then I stab ya. It was gaining on us. I tried to push Brianna out of the way right before it got to us, but it didn't do any good. We both got pinched again, my arm and hers. We just kept running, knowing well what the creature planned to do next. We finally got inside the house. We thought maybe we were safe, that we had made it and that this thing would leave us alone. It was a nice thought. Then it bashed open a window. It crawled through, staring at us with its bright yellow eyes. It took one look at Brianna before rushing towards her, the while just saying over and over again,
Stab.
Stab, stab. It was horrible, hearing her blood-curdling screams as she was brutally murdered in front of me. I got up and ran to Brianna's room and locked the door behind me as quick as I could. I again heard the tip-tapping of his legs. He was quietly mumbling to himself, I'm
gonna stab you. Stab. I'm gonna stab you. Yes, stab.
Stab ya. Yes, stab. I was hoping it wouldn't know where I was. I got on the computer and quickly started typing faster than I ever typed in my life. Trying to get all of what happened today typed out as coherently as possible. He hears me. He's banging on the door. I tell him to go away. He just keeps banging. I ask him why he's doing this. No reply. What are you? I shout at the top of my lungs. The banging stops. All goes silent. His name is Crabman. I hear the door, it's opening. Send help, please. The fuck was that shit? That was terrible. That was cancer. You're adopted, Gabe. Your parents are adopted too. Don't bring that shit of garbage in here, you piece of shit of adoptedness.